Now, let me just say a few things about the prophets and the prophetic critique. So the prophets should not be understood with high degrees of clairvoyance or predicting the future or forecasting what could happen. That just isn't what prophecy means. That's what it's become to mean. And some of the reason why it's become to mean that is because in order to get some of the texts from the Hebrew Bible to be speaking about Jesus in a Christian concept, then you need that prophecy to extend over a long, long period of time. But in its original context, the role of the prophet was less about sort of like, divination for a far off future. And it was more about political critique in the here and the now. That's the whole idea behind the prophetic critique, is that you are critiquing the governance of the day, the monarchy of the day, some of the behaviors of people of the day. It's more or less conditional. It's like, hey, y'all aren't acting right, so you better clean up your mess, or else this future thing could happen. Now, at times, there is a future thing that has already happened that's being retrojected back into the text. So the earliest forms of Isaiah probably are pre-exilic, but then you get additional editing and redaction happening through the book of Isaiah over time. So you begin to take some contemporary events and retroject them back into the text. We see this in a lot of places. We see this, for example, you could argue within the canonical Gospels, within the New Testament and Christian tradition, you could argue that Jesus' prophecy about the destruction of the temple could be retrojected back into the text. It made it seem as though Jesus spoke that prophecy in order to lend some credibility to Jesus. Now, that's only one interpretation. You could also say, listen, throughout the major prophets, prophesying the destruction of the temple as a warning in the near term to change behavior is also present in the major prophets as well. So that you could work out that Jesus thing in a couple of different ways. This is all to say that the prophetic critique is a critique of the here and the now. It is not designed to be a prophecy far off into the future. It is a critique in the here and the now. And the critique truly is couched in social justice. The Tanakh, the Hebrew Bible, Torah in particular, is very concerned about the well-being of, quote, foreigners in foreign lands, concerned with, will the needy be able to eat? Are we amassing wealth, creating income inequality and tremendous disparities? These indeed are the concerns of the Torah. And so when we get the major prophets, they're drawing from that tradition. Our prophetic accounts are couched in social justice, meant to be critiques of the here and the now. And when it appears to be more future-facing, oftentimes what we have are later events that later redactors have retrojected back into the text in order to lend some authority or credibility to the prophets. So the prophetic critique, the prophets, they're social justice warriors, my friends. All right, much love. I'm out. Later.